Does it feel like everything is in slow motion? Like you're kind of going through this time lapse, this energy. It's like you're going slow, but you're going fast at the same time. You know, we're in between two timelines at the minute. We've one foot in the new world and one foot in the old world. The new world is speeding up. It's accelerated. But the old world is slow. It's sluggish. And it's like we're going through this kind of wave of time. And it's really weird. It's really kind of weird energy going on at the minute. You know, and that's kind of affecting our mind and our bodies as we're changing frequencies. And we're being guided to rest. We're being guided to move forward, but rest at the same time. We're being guided to be in the moment, but also do, which is a really weird energy. Usually we have one or the other, but this is what we're being guided to do at the minute. We need to listen to our bodies. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. And this is it. The way it feels is like we're in slow motion, but everything is moving so fast. Like you can tell me something happened last Monday and I'm like, are you sure? Like, was that not 2 or 3 weeks ago? And literally only a week has gone past and we're like, was that not 3 weeks ago? And this is the kind of energy we're in now. And like, you know, it's like we're going through this wave because we are 1 foot in the future and 1 foot in the past, 1 foot in the new timeline and 1 foot in the old timeline, 1 foot in the new energy and 1 foot in the old energy. And it's just this kind of, it's sluggish. It feels like we're going slow, but yet we're going really fast. And it's mind boggling. But that's the kind of energy I'm feeling at the minute. And the guidance I've been getting is slow down, speed up. Slow down, speed up. It's really weird. And like, you know, I even pulled some oracle cards at the weekend and they say the same thing. Be in the spiritual, but also do. And it's just like, it's like a contradiction. And it's just, you know, move forward, take the steps forward, but listen to your body, rest in between. And that's the thing. We're doing both. It's like slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. And, you know, every time we take a step forward anyway, the universe will co-create with us. So they will help us move forward quicker. But we're being told, listen and rest. And this is the thing. Over the last few weeks with the solar flares and the Schumann resonance and all that, I've been getting these bouts of exhaustion. Like yesterday was one of I have to record them now because I'm not sure if they happen on the same day every week. But you're just sitting there and all of a sudden this wave of exhaustion comes over it. And like, if any of you else are feeling this, it's really, really weird. Like my sleep patterns, you know, they're not that different. You know, I'm having vivid dreams, but that's not unusual. Like, you know, I'm going to bed at the same time. I'm waking up at the same time. So to actually just be sitting there and randomly just be exhausted. I'm sitting there and my eyes are closing. And that has happened to me at least once a week over the last few weeks. That's another thing. You see, our bodies are changing frequencies so that we can prepare ourselves for this highest timeline. We're shedding that old energy. That's the thing. We're letting go of what no longer serves us. And that's not just people and situations. That's energy. That's that old, outdated energy. That's that lack mentality, that poverty consciousness, that fear-based mentality, those doubts. That's all shedding. And our body is releasing that while it's actually stepping into this new timeline. And that's the weirdness. We're like, the way I saw a post yesterday or the day before, and the way they're saying it is like, it's like we're in two movies at once. We're living this new reality now, but we're still shedding parts of the old reality. You know, we're still kind of shedding that skin. And it's like, I won't say we are being pulled apart, I suppose. Our old version and our new version are separating. And that's why it feels like, I was lying in bed last night and I had to write this down. It's like a wave. We're like in this wave of time. And that's what's weird about it. It's like a time lapse. Both timelines are happening simultaneously. And that's actually, this came to me this morning. I do a live every Wednesday and with my friend, and last Wednesday I was speaking, like she could hear me perfectly in time. You know, we were back and forth conversation. She could hear me in time. But when we played it back afterwards, I was speaking and there was silence for about 30 or 40 seconds. And then my voice came in. So it was like I was speaking in one timeline and then my voice came in the different timeline. It was really weird. And I actually saw that with a couple of videos that I watched myself last week as well. So it is like we're in these two different energies. So we're going to be getting physical symptoms as well. That's the thing to remember. Like there's headaches coming in, there's all kinds of issues coming in. But what I've noticed as well is the crown chakra is tingling. So that's obviously you're getting connections to divine. The ear vibrations and the ear buzzing comes in. And this is the weirdest one, right? And this is a weird analogy, but like when I get my ear buzzing, and I'm getting a lot of them lately over the last couple of months especially jumping into this new timeline, that's a download. That's an upgrade, a download from the universe, the cosmos, more information to re-remember. And the weirdest symptom I've been getting for the last 3 or 4 days is vibration in my left foot. So like the way I was feeling it was like I was getting an upload from Mother Gaia. You know what I mean? From the planet. And like that's how it felt. And it was gas. Like I had it for 3 days on and off, and you could feel it. It's like this vibration up through my foot. And the minute I was, considering putting it into the video today, it stopped. And I actually haven't felt it since. And that's weird. And like I actually ended up being guided to watch a meditation or listen to a meditation last night, which is 2 years old. And midway in the meditation, this was after I was saying that I was getting uploads rather than downloads. And right in the middle of the meditation, they said, you're getting uploads from Gaia. This is what we're getting. We're getting downloads from the cosmos through our ear buzzing. And we're getting other vibrations in our body, and that's uploads from the planet. So understand that if you're getting any tingling sensations, any vibration, and that's the thing of the foot, it's like a vibration. It is like energy. Like, and if we have energy in our hands, we have energy in our bodies. Do you know what I mean? That tingling sensation, that's energy. So that's the vibration that we're feeling through our bodies because we're changing that frequency. So remember that as well. That's another part of our ascension process. So any symptoms that you're getting physically can be related to this ascension. And the higher heart is another one that we've all been activating over the last couple of months, I suppose, as we've been, jumping into this new timeline. This is the thing. We have to lead with open hearts. The old energy is dying. So that closed heart energy, that fear-based energy, that lack of love, unconditional love energy has to die away. So this is why we're getting so many symptoms in the heart chakra and in our upper back and higher heart, is because we're all opening our hearts to love. We're embracing this higher vibrational reality. So that's another symptom that we're going through at the minute. Other things is just letting go of old patterns. That's another one. That old stagnant energy. We're decluttering. That's another big one. We have to let go of the old. This is it. We cannot bring this old shit into our new reality. It just won't fit there. So, that's another reason why things are sluggish and why we feel like we're being drawn back into this old reality, is because we're not letting go of the things we should. And this can be whether it's actually physical items, people, situations, belief systems. This is all kind of stuff that we have to let go of. And this wave of slow motion sluggishness is going to stay with us until we actually let go of that stuff, that outdated stuff. And, that can be represented. And like I see this an awful lot in my physical reality. Something might break or, get worn out, a physical item. And I have to let it go and I have to get something new. I have to replace it. But this is a metaphor for our belief system. This is a metaphor for people and situations and the environment we're in. You know what I mean? And everything has a message. That's the thing that we need to remember. So, if it's just a physical item that we need to replace, that's a metaphor for certain things or energies that we need to replace. Energies that we need to let go of, people that we need to let go of, patterns that we need to let go of. So this is another thing to remember as well. I wrote down a few more symptoms. If I can read my writing, it'd be grand. So yeah, that's slowing down and speeding up energy. And remembering as well, I think this is another thing when we open our heart chakra, is that we're finally fully trusting in divine. When we're going through that doubt and fear, we tend to... we're fearful. We're fearful that are we doing this wrong? Are we doing the right thing? Are we making the right decisions? And we feel like we're isolated. We feel like we're alone in this, especially when we're letting go of people and situations. But it's sometimes then we can detach because our heart is closed. Like, and that's another thing. When we let go of people and situations, our heart can tend to close up a little bit because we're like, we feel left alone, we feel isolated, we feel like that abandonment wound is triggered again. And we're getting to the stage now where we're actually understanding what this is all for, and we're trusting more that divine has our back, the universe, God, source, the angels, whatever you want to call it. We're not doing this on our own. We're co-creating with spirit. So therefore, any step that we take forward, you know, spirit has our back, the universe has our back. And as we open our heart chakra, that is becoming more trusted, more believable, if you get me. We're having more faith. That's what I'm trying to think of here. Yeah, we're having more faith in the situation. Because when we're detached from our heart chakra, when our heart is closed, and I know this myself, we're not just, you know, closed away from our heart. We're closed away from our own soul. We're closed away from our higher selves. We're closed away from the universe, divine, the angels, and God. We're detached because we feel so isolated and alone. We feel like we have to have these barriers up. But the minute we let those barriers down, that's when we start to trust that divine really does have our back. That we're not on this journey on our own. We're actually co-creating with spirit. That every step we make is divinely guided and is divinely protected. So trust that you're not making these, you know, you're not doing it on your own, and that you have that protection all the way. Where am I now? When I write this stuff, it kind of comes really quick, and I'm scribbling, so my writing is really bad. The vibrations, yeah. So the time, yeah. So that's it. That's the thing, yeah. So back to the time. The time is a big one at the moment. It's like that energy of that slow down, speed up. And that's the main energy I'm getting. So it's like, take those baby steps forward, but listen to your body. We need that extra rest right now. And especially when that wave of exhaustion comes in. And you're going to feel that as well. It's literally a wave of exhaustion. All of a sudden, you're just wrecked. And then it might not last long. And like, I was sitting there, and this has happened on and off now over the last couple of weeks, like at least once a week, I think. And I'd have to kind of just let my eyes close for a few minutes. And this might only be for 15, 20 minutes, half an hour maximum. And then it's gone, and I'm back wide awake again. So this is why we're being told to take a break, take a rest. And this is another thing that, you know, divine does be screaming at us. You know, if we don't take the necessary rest required, the universe is going to slap you in the face and make you rest. So like, you know, you'll end up injuring yourself where you're going to have to slow down. If you don't take the time in between the doing to slow down and be, you're going to be forced to do it. You know what I mean? And that's what one thing I've been very mindful of over the last couple of years as I've been on my journey. I am a very fast-paced person. I inherited that from my dad, like literally, like, you know, running down the street instead of walking. Like, and I don't mean running, I mean speed walking. You know, my friends used to take the piss out of me in school when I used to do this. But when I was working in factories as well, I'd just be fucking zooming around the place. And I just did this all the time. It was like, I'm always in a rush. And this was dangerous, especially when I was driving. But I came down off my deck one day, and I came down on my ankle, and I heard it pop, and I was like, oh my God, Jesus, I need to slow down. And I really do. And I did at that time. And now, like, I even drive slow now. I'm careful. If I'm behind a tractor, I'll stay behind that fucking tractor. You know, that kind of way. Because the universe guides you to slow down. If you're seeing, like, roadworks on the road, or if you're hitting a red light all the time, the traffic lights and stuff, if you're getting detours, any kind of delays, this is the universe kind of going, will you listen? Will you slow down, please? And then if you don't slow down, the universe is going to make you slow down. And this is when we injure ourselves, you know, or we keep dropping things, or, you know, we're getting clumsy. This is the universe telling us, slow the fuck down, relax, will ya? Because we were just these beings, the creatures of, we have to be doing all the time to be doing. Being is doing. We have to rest in between. We have to prepare ourselves for the next step. You know what I mean? And we're spiritual beings, human beings. Being in the moment can actually propel us forward quicker. And that's the slow down, speed up energy. Because when you slow down, you actually speed up. When you're in slow motion, you're actually accelerating. And that's what's going on at the moment. We're actually slowing down and speeding up at the same time. It's such a weird energy, but it's like, everything is actually going fast. It just feels like it's going slow. And you know, like yesterday I had a bit of downtime. You know, I had a couple of hours, you know, in between, you know, stuff that I had to do. And I was like trying to, this thing keeps happening. It's like, oh, I should be doing this. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this. And I was sitting there for ages going, just fucking do nothing. If you sit and stare at that plant and talk to yourself for an hour, that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. And that's what I did for an hour. I sat there and literally talked to myself for an hour and said, don't be putting pressure on yourself. If you have a moment of pause, use that moment to fucking pause. You know what I mean? And I had like loads of downloads then yesterday in that moment of pause. You know, that's the thing. We're prepping for the next steps. You know, if you bullhead forward and just go blindly ahead, you're going to injure yourself, or you're going to end up having to slow down because you hit an obstacle. Whereas if you, like, that's the thing. You know, I used this analogy before. There's a brick wall in front of you. And if we keep trying to fucking push through it with our head, bang through the wall, you know, blindly, you're not going to get through it. But you know what? If you stand back, guess what? You'll either see a ladder to climb over the wall, or guess what? You'll see the fucking door. You know what I mean? So take the moment of pause so you find an easier way forward. It's that simple. So if you're getting any of those kind of exhaustion symptoms, if you're feeling like you're in this kind of a time warp energy, if you feel like you're slowing down, you're actually not, you're speeding up. This is the kind of energy that we're in at the moment. And please just rest. If you get a moment, just not even if you get a moment, make a moment to pause. Do you know what I mean? Stop rushing forward, because we're actually going really fucking quickly. And like I saw this on my computer last week. My computer was updating and it was at 16%, and I got up and made a cup of coffee or whatever, and when I came back down, it was still at 16%, and I was like, Jesus Christ, there's something wrong there, it's really slow. And I blinked and I went up to 26%, and I was like, oh, things are actually going faster than it seems. That's what's going on. Things are actually really, really going fast. And it was funny, actually, my computer updated at least 4 or 5 times last week. And, you know, it's a new computer, and it's just like, that's really weird. But that was also a metaphor for us. We're up-leveling all the time, and we need to take a moment to update. That's the same way your computer has to stay, you know, stagnant. Don't turn off your computer. It needs to be on pause for a minute so it can update. And there's so many updates for my computer last week, and that's what we're being told as well. Take the moment to recharge. Take the moment to update. Take the moment to literally move forward quicker if you're in that pause. So slow down, speed up. Slow down to speed up, because that's what's happening. We're actually going really, really fast. It just seems that we're going slow. So take that moment to rest, listen to your body, get extra water into you as well, eat healthily, and just listen to your body. And please take those moments of pause, take those moments of rest, because I promise you will go a lot quicker if you just take time to be. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you would like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today. I'd love nothing more than to help you on your path.